Chapter 32. Splitting the Knife, Rumble. A loud noise came out from the valley, but it was among Gu Hai and his party, who were in the middle of cracking the boundary with all their might. Nay, the boundary was too strong. Under the full force of the party, they were still unable to create a single ripple. My lord, it can't be undone. This boundary is too powerful. Perhaps it is really left by the old man of chess watching. Only a specific technique can undo it. Shangwen Trace frowned. Gu Hai's face was gloomy as he stared at the bottom of the boundary, knowing that there was something below, but not being able to get it was something extremely unpleasant. Under the boundary, a blind old man in captivity, a golden dragon tail. Then wouldn't we have been busy for such a long time for nothing? Chen Chonchen said with an ugly expression on his face. Gu Hai's eyes narrowed slightly, revealing a cold smile as he said, "Don't be anxious. There will be someone to help us unlock the boundary." The next day, Chen Chonchen once again led a group of villains out of the Great Formation, and countless cultivators stared at the group dead on. Everyone's nerves were taut amongst them. Only this group of villains, as if they were extremely relaxed. Chen Chonchen stepped out, looked at the unsuspecting gazes around him, and revealed a cold smile. "Hang it up." Yes, only to see a group of villains quickly hang up a sign. "Those who trespass the Great Formation, die." The sign was hung up, and the countless cultivators around them immediately revealed a wave of consternation. What an arrogant tone. HMPH. Does Gu Hai really want to make an enemy of all of us? Joke. That day only 100 people came forward without knowing what to do. Now we have HMPH. The surrounding cultivators all looked at the plaque with ugly faces. A corner place, Meng Tai with his arm around Windbell also looked from afar. Seeing the plaque, Meng Tai's eyes narrowed. "Gu Hai, don't blame me for compelling them. You're in my way." Feng Ling was however muddled, as if she was indifferent to everything around her. In the middle of another corner, the ninth Duke covered his mouth with a handkerchief and coughed for a while. Cough, cough, cough. Why hasn't Luo Chang arrived by now? "It should be soon, Ninth Prince," a subordinate respectfully said. HMPH. The ninth prince let out a cold snort. On top of a large mountain in the VIP area, there were two men standing at the moment, one gold-robed and one silver-robed. The gold-robed one was none other than the Golden Horn, who had talked to Meng Tai not long ago. "Big brother, we're almost done organizing. There are already 20,000 people willing to break into the formation with us," the silver-robed man said in a deep voice. "Silver Horn, hold your horses. We organize them. We can't just let them sit back and enjoy their success. I have to arrange a way to break the formation before we can do so," Golden Horn said in a deep voice. "But we can't delay it any longer. If we delay it, other Yuanian realms will come, and then the variables will be huge," Silver Horn frowned. "This evening, it's almost ready," Golden Horn said in a deep voice. "All right, I'll inform everyone here. Prepare to break into the formation together." Silver Horn nodded. Golden Horn nodded. Today, the atmosphere of the Colosseum became even weirder. Afternoon, Chen Chonchen once again found a cultivator who was willing to sell news. Golden Horn, Silver Horn, have organized 20,000 people. Chen Chonchen's face changed. "Not bad. I heard that the formation breaking will start in the evening." "Well, that's all I know." "Don't say what I said." The cultivator took the spirit stone and quickly disappeared in front of Chen Chonchen. Chen Chonchen's face was cloudy for a while. Another hour passed. "Minister, the situation is a little off. Some of the gambling cultivators, they've dispersed." "Yeah, they seem to have organized themselves and gone in another direction. We're being watched." The faces of the crowd of villains were gloomy as they said. Chen Chonchen looked at the Colosseum and turned his head to the group of villains. "All right, according to your lordship's explanation, it's time for us to go back to the big formation to meet the enemy." "Yes." The group of villains quickly cleared the Da Feng Ang disciples and then followed Chen Chongchen towards the grand formation. Is it going to start? Meng Tai's eyes narrowed slightly as he wrapped his arm around Wang Chime. As Chen Chongchen and the others retreated towards the large formation, a large number of cultivators surrounded them. They're going back into the big formation. Enter the formation with them. Golden Horn's eyes glared. Along the way, Chen Chongchen and the others' faces were gloomy. There were more and more people surrounding them. All of you, Chen Chongchen suddenly called out. Golden Horn's eyes narrowed as he stared at Chen Chongchen. See this sign? Chen Chongchen pointed to the sign that had been hung up in the morning. This is what my lord asked me to put up, and all of you should recognize the words on it. Those who trespass the grand formation, die. Chen Chongchen let out a loud shout. Seek death. Silverhorn let out a cold snort and chopped his sword towards Chen Chongchen. Enter the formation. Chen Chongchen let out a loud shout. Yes, hundreds of villains walked along with Chen Chongchen towards the large formation. Bear Yin. Silverhorn's sword chopped into empty space. Breaking the formation is in this matter. Together, Golden Horn bellowed. Yes, more than 5,000 cultivators immediately let out a loud shout and chased after Chen Chongchen, along with Golden Horn and Silverhorn. At the same time, a large number of cultivators in several other directions simultaneously broke into formation. Chen Chongchen, stop right there. Silverhorn let out a loud shout and stepped and flew into the large formation. Rumble. In all directions, 20,000 cultivators broke into the cloud mist formation simultaneously. Dang, 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 dang. There was a clash of swords and knives between the villains who retreated into the great formation, and some of the pursuing cultivators. However, as long as they weren't at the Yuanying realm, the crowd of villains were happily unafraid. But the surroundings were steeply white as all the cultivators broke into the grand formation. Chen Chongchen, I'll see how Guhai can save you. Silverhorn let out a loud cry, and once again, a huge sword dipper chopped at him. However, Chen Chongchen had a chest-like spirit stone steeply appear in his hand, and his eyes glared. Bear Yin, steeply. A blade chi rushed out from the white mist, charging straight towards the sword dipper. Boom! The sword dipper and the blade chi crumbled with a loud bang. What? Silverhorn's face changed. I've already put up a sign that those who trespass the great formation, die. Since you guys are looking for death yourselves, it's not my fault. Crowd heavenly blades. Strike! Guhai's voice immediately spread throughout the entire grand formation. Around the grand formation, countless cultivators' faces changed, as if they had a bad premonition in general. Senior brother, look, there's an evil person coming towards us. Why is there a heavenly sword hanging over his head? He can control that heavenly saber. No good. That heavenly blade is chopping towards us. Block it, block it. Boom. With a loud bang, a huge trench appeared on the earth. But it was a wicked man who actually maneuvered a heavenly blade to chop down, instantly cutting both cultivators in half. That wicked man grasped a chest-like spirit stone and manipulated that blade chi as if it were a supreme weapon. At this moment, his exuberance was incomparable. Ha 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 ha, what a powerful heavenly saber, you bunch of curmudgeons. Come on, my lord's heavenly saber life and death bureau. Is it also something you can break into? Do you guys think that if there are many of you, His Excellency won't be able to be distracted to deal with them one by one? Don't need adults to be distracted. Adults will split the knife on the line. We 3,000 people, one person a heavenly knife. Unless you Yuanying realm, otherwise, forged chopping will die. Kill. That evil man let out a loud shout. Boom. Using the spirit stone pieces to quickly maneuver the heavenly blade towards the crowd to kill them. Not good. Break it for me. Break my ass. Even you at the innate realm want to block the heavenly blade. Chop. Boom. Run. Run away. At one time, 3,000 wicked people each holding a heavenly sword, killing in all directions. under the catalysing of the big formation, for a time, killing 20,000 people crying and shouting, wanting to escape. But it seems that for a moment, they can't distinguish between the southeast and the west and the north and the southeast in general. Dang 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 dang. Only Golden Horn and Silver Horn blocked it. And when the two saw the tragic situation around them, their faces immediately changed. And at this moment, Chen Chongchen led 20 villains to simultaneously swing their heavenly swords to chop at them. Break. The two Yuanying realms let out a loud shout, and immediately crashed through the heavenly saber with a loud bang. Retreat. Don't mind them. Let's go kill the others, Chen Chongchen shouted at once. Roar. The crowd of villains answered. Where to run? Silverhorn's eyes glared as he was about to chase after them. Silverhorn, don't chase them. It's useless to chase them. Let's break inwards. Gu Hai is alone now, Golden Horn said excitedly. Good. Silverhorn's eyes lit up. The two of them immediately rushed towards the interior of the Grand Formation. Indeed, at this moment, the Heavenly Sword Life and Death Bureau couldn't stop the Yuanying realm at all. After all, it was limited by the Array's Spirit Stone. The power could only be so great. The two Yuanying realms ran towards the Dragon Turtle Hall. Along the way, there were screams in all directions. The faces of the two great Yuanying realms changed wildly for a while. Big brother, we're not running in the wrong direction, right? How come we haven't arrived yet? There's fog everywhere. We're not lost, are we? The faces of the two Yuanying realms turned ugly for a while. Fly, Golden Horn called out. Whew. The two quickly flew up, but in an instant, Qiankun was upside down, as if they couldn't tell up and down from left and right. Big brother, Silverhorn anxiously said. Use the big tree as a reference, Golden Horn shouted. Good. The two brothers were in the middle of the Great Formation, feeling their way to the Dragon Turtle Hall. And the mouth of the Dragon Turtle Hall. Gu Hai was dressed in a white robe, sitting quietly in front of a chessboard piled with spirit stones, through which Gu Hai manipulated the entire Grand Formation. Ah, don't kill me. Help. Evil person. Heavenly Blade. It's the Heavenly Blade again. No. There were screams in all directions. Once they entered the big formation, they couldn't distinguish between southeast and northwest in general. Gu Hai didn't kill them one by one, but instead sent out 3,000 evil men in a full lopsided pursuit. 3,000 evil people do not need to distinguish between southeast and northwest. As long as they find the people who break into the formation, they will kill when they see it, and slaughter when they see it. I've already warned, but people die for money and birds die for food. Gu Hai sighed slightly. Outside the large formation, there were likewise countless cultivators who did not participate in Golden Horn's formation, breaking alliance. As the crowd listened to the screams coming from within the large formation, one by one, they gulped. Those who entered the formation, a total massacre. Does Gu Hai really want to kill all the formation breakers? The faces of the people in the outside world turned ugly for a while, incomparably glad that they hadn't joined Golden Horn and Silverhorn's team. Outside the Great Formation, the few words on the sign, which previously seemed like a joke, now looked incomparably hot. Those who trespass the Great Formation die. While the people outside the formation were in a fit of celebration, the cultivators inside the formation were in a fit of despair. Gu Hai, he really dares to slaughter everyone. Isn't he afraid of being an enemy of the entire Thousand Island Sea clans? Outside the Colosseum, Meng Tai's eyelids fluttered furiously as he wrapped his arms around Wine Chime. Is it enough to gather more people? The more people there are, the more people die. Cough cough. The Ninth Duke sneered as he looked at the sounds of screams coming from the Grand Formation.